This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we have two things to cover. One is the update to an approval of the northbound interface. So we had tried to do that last meeting, and we had kind of delayed it and named the release candidate so we can get additional feedback. And it was a feedback for me to go contact WeWin and Nokia to see if they would provide feedback because I know they were interested in it. So I sent that request out. Unfortunately, I sent it out yesterday. So I got some feedback that WeWin does have feedback, but won't have all of it today. So they will provide it in the next 2 weeks prior to the next meeting. And I haven't heard back from Nokia, which is expected. So I think we'll be postponing this the final approval until we get their feedback. So we'll continue to push the timeline out until they are able to provide their feedback. Okay. So with that, the second topic is Gregory Liu from WeWin wants to present their proposal for a OpenRMC development kit. So with that, Gregory, do you want to go ahead and present?
The Han will be ahead of me, but that is okay. Can I share my screen?
Yes, you should. Are you able to?
Yeah, I'm trying to set it.
Oh, yeah. So while you're on, Han, if you have any additional feedback, has anyone
no.
else? Okay.
No, not for the not-spawn API. Yeah. So in the background, so we are still collecting the hardware contribution. So collecting material. So see how far we can present. So I cannot commit really soon, but I'm still working on that.
Okay. So this is Inspir's contribution of the hardware.
Yeah.
RMC?
So the RMC module, not the whole system. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
One thing while you're still bringing up your screen.
Yeah. So can you see my screen, my sharing?
No, not yet.
I can't. It still says waiting to view Gregory's screen. Ah, it's up.
It's showing. Yeah.
Okay, we see it now. Now it's gone.
Am I just terminate it?
Okay. It's back.
Okay, good. So yeah, I hope that everyone can see my screen now, my sharing. Okay, this is Greg from WinWin.
I can barely hear you.
Gregory, you are fading out, and we cannot hear you. Gregory.
I can barely hear.
We cannot hear you. So can you unshare? I will share the slides, and then hopefully that will.
Our new product,
Gregory.
Gregory. 100, which are in the open, well defined from location online. and this is integrated with the RMC. So we had a discussion in the past.
John, I went ahead and muted Gregory. Hopefully that'll get his attention. It doesn't seem like he's hearing us.
So is he local base or he called from international?
Yeah, OpenRMC develop it. So to have a good firmware and for the application I'm seeing in the telco field. Yes.
So Gregory, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. So you will be in the pixelate a lot. So what I suggest is that you do not share the slides. I will show the slides, and hopefully that will give you enough bandwidth that your voice comes in more clear. Okay? So can you stop sharing?
Uh,
John, I've given
can you hear me clear now? I thought.
So Mike, what were you saying?
I've given you presenter rights, so you should be able to display his slides.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure we have if he, so he stopped displaying, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Gregory, can you hear us clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you all.
Okay. So I'm going to display now, and then you can talk to your slides and tell me when to change. And hopefully that gives we can hear you clear this way. Okay? So go ahead.
Yes, good. Yeah, good. So okay. So let me start over. We are win-win, and we have the our P100 product, which is open age subgroup design, which open is contributed to by the notebook. We hope that this is this product can be a telco fit product and included the ARM. So we had some discussion with Bill Carter in the past about providing this development kit to the OpenRMC subgroup so that within the OCP foundation, we can integrate the different um, results together to show to the world that this can move quite good in the telco field. So the content I'm going to show to you is I will have a brief EP100 introduction, first from the system level and then to the motherboard level. And then I will move to the OpenRMC developer kit proposal from our side. As the configurations can be discussed later on. And I hope that we can have some discussion here and follow up. Okay, John, Please move to the next slide. Yeah, I think that's just move to the slide 4.
I should be on slide 4.
So, okay. EP107 level introduction. First, telco center support telco standard rack, which is standard 19-inch width but short depth, and we support all front access services. That which means that not only the that not on network or the drive or the IO or the LEDs are at the front, but also the is late and the PSOCUs are front access. So that is very convenient to be used. And we support multi-power inlet options. We can support universal AC and also the DC input. Yeah. However, the development kit, I think we will limit it to the offering to AC power in. And the chassis level power redundancy 1+1 design. And we support the chassis level RMC control. As you can see from the picture at right side, there is an RMC module beside the PSU at the bottom left side of that chassis. There will be a 1G RJ45 for management and for the RMC management, and there will be 2x10G SP Plus port from panel for uplinks or chaining multi-chassis. We think that the SFP Plus ports are mainly for the chaining to chain from different chassis to different chassis for the management in the telco field. And we support flexible node following applications. In principle, we can support up to 5 1/2 slate, and we can reconfigure it with the options at the right bottom side of this slide. Okay, so John, please move to the next slide. Yeah, this is the picture to show to everyone that we target to provide the development kit as shown in this picture. And although we did not suggest to include 5 nodes in one development kit, as that will be costly and not really necessary for the firmware development. So this is the outlook of the system, and we will have some air duct or the blanket to cover the empty slate in the chassis. So please move to the next slide. So okay, so This system is standard 19-inch width and very short in depth. This is the 1+1 redundant power supply design, and our offering would be the 1RU half slate, half tray slate for the development kit. Although the configuration we suggested would be somehow less than the full skill for development use. And yeah, the chassis management module, as I mentioned, that there is one RJ45, 1G RJ45 for the RMC to oscillate out of band, and there are a dual port 10G SFP plus for the uplinks or the chaining multi chassis. So please move to the next slide. Okay, this is the full configuration slate introduction of the EP100 system. We support the latest Intel CPU platform. So we suggest use the N-type skill for networking applications, and we can support up to 8 DDR4 memory, including 2 AEP slots, and we can use we use the PCHC 621. But sorry, the QAT support is not supporting for the time being. So I will correct this statement in the slide. And we can support on-slate management with the ASPID 2500, and yeah, integrate with the VGA and Win code. We support the multi-storage options. There are 2 dual M.2 slots on the motherboard, and for different skills of 1U and 2U, you can choose up to 2 or 4 NVMe SSDs. The whole chassis can support flexible slate configuration, and the detailed configurations are stated below. But for the development team to address the feature here, so please move to the next slide. So okay, this is the slate we are going to offer. From the left upper side, you can see the front IOs we have. For we have the VGA port, USB port, and debug port for BMC, and we have the power button, VID button, and the reset button. There is the OCP 3.0 NIC card at the front, and we have the BMC heartbeat LED at the right hand side. While I use the block on top of this slate, as I intend to keep the upper space empty for easy use in the lab. So for the development kit, once you receive the development kit system, we will not. You will only have the I/O at the button level, shown in here. But for the top level, that will be empty. So which means that we will not offer the SSD or the normal PCIe slot function in the development kit unless that is something needed for the development kit, then we can discuss. So on the button side, you can see that I also make a green block to mention that to mention that PCIe bracket and the SSD the bracket will be removed for the development kit. And at right hand side is the motherboard generation for your reference. Okay, then please move to the next slide. So this is the general spec of this motherboard slate. The form factor and the power supply. The power supply would be only DC 12 volt from the backplane. We will integrate 4028 band in this slate. And we will have one Intel Cascade Lake N-type CPU with the chipset PCH C621 memory slots and the BMC management with the VGA for the standard SKU. The PCI slot will be there. So yeah, let's move to the next slide. Okay, so here is the system configuration we suggested. And although I also put the full SKU at the right-hand side, the SKU we suggested would be 2 motherboard slates and one backplane, one RMC module. For the integration software will be already will support the both. So it will take really very simple feature in it for the there will be TDD, one in use, one side, one power plant, the power and the rail, of course, power also and will be included. Well, but for some, I think for most cases, the rail can be eliminated as most developer would not put it into the rack. I don't know. So this is the system level configuration. The lesson I will show this, and later on this give you the motherboard configuration. So please move to the next level slide.
Ayo,
I
can hear you.
so the slate SKU. For the multiple slate SKU, we would suggest to use one 6252 N-type CPU, and we just put one memory inside and we will have the M.2 as the storage for the RMC firmware development. Even though probably some people will not use it for the RMC development, and we are also in discussion if kind of OCP 3.0 NIC card will be necessary for the firmware for the RMC firmware development, and for the motherboard BMC that will be Win-Win AMI version, and the motherboard later will integrate with the fan and the air duct. So let's see the right hand side the note. Motherboard can support up to 2 pieces of AEP, and we will provide the VGA dongle for the VGA output, and the BNC debug dongle if necessary. There will be no PCIe riser card nor bracket. So this is to tell you that the configuration for the OpenRMC development kit, we can have some more deeper discussion on the full configuration, and I would like to have the feedback from the group as for the configuration which configuration is better for the development team use, and which could be eliminated as that would be that is not necessary for the firmware development use. Yeah. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Oh, yeah, that is all for today's presentation. And I think that we can have some discussion now, and I would like to have some feedback from the group. And I hope that the configuration feedback can be, we will collect the feedback on the configuration until next OpenRMC meeting. And as we are in developing this product, we would like to collect your demand soon. And our schedule for the ordering of the development kit will be Q1 next year. So yeah, that is all I wanted to address today.
So Gregory, I have one question. So on this, you say the BMC firmware is a Y-Win from AMI. So does that mean you will not be contributing the source code? You will just be contributing the binary?
You mean for the BMC on the motherboard?
Oh, sorry, you're right. So what about? Yeah, you're right. What about? So you get my question. So what about the firmware for the RMC?
Well,
Yeah,
we will only.
Adolfo. Yeah.
I think Adolfo can give more clear description.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Yes. We will contribute to the GitHub, but we're still thinking of which the repository to be suitable for the RMC. Yeah. Hello?
Okay, so you would contribute. Yes, so you would contribute to this group, and the repository
Yes.
would be OpenRMC repository, and we would
Yes.
create a contribute dash WeWin for that
Yes.
contribution.
Yes. We were based on the OpenBNC, the
Excellent.
architecture. Yeah. Yes.
So our thought so far has been to point to the OpenBMC repository for most of the
Yeah.
code, and then the
Yeah.
only thing that would exist in the OpenRMC repository are the additional files and the build script to build the image for the RMC. So we're
Mm-hmm.
open to having all of it, but I don't think we need to. So if there's a need to have all of it, then we can do that.
Yeah, I think it's better to clone all the OpenBNC the the OpenBNC have some contribution up to the GitHub. So
Mhm.
we need to clone the OpenBNC and ensure it can work for our page.
So I don't follow OpenBMC. So do they tag the releases like with 2.6? Can you just say, get me the GitHub version for 2.6?
Currently, we based on the 2.7. Yeah, but
Right.
because of the still have a lot of the page to contribute to the OpenBNC.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I think we need to snapshot one version for the
Okay.
OpenRMC. Yes.
I'm fine with that until OpenBMC gives me a way to tag them.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Then we will look forward to that contribution.
Okay.
Yes, so I still have some questions. So thank you for presenting this one. But from OpenRMC perspective, so looks like the system diagram about the RMC module is not presented. Is there any reason not show today? And we want to understand from RMC perspectively. So do we still need all the compute slab? Can we just have the RMC module to work as OpenRMC?
Yeah, this is a good question. First, as I mentioned, this system design we follow the OpenAge system design, and the whole system design spec was you can download that the open from OpenAge subgroup materials. And in principle, I'm
I
I
think
can barely hear you.
the RC OBNC
Yeah, so
so
my
one OC on motherboard, so ARM 5 BNC DM to the uh,
I can barely hear you. Sorry. Hello?
so I can hear you, Han. I don't know if Gregory can.
Yeah, I
Um,
think, John, so my point is, so since
yeah,
this
I
is
can add
OpenRMC, yeah,
the
so the focus,
RMC
wait, stop.
topology in I
Yeah, Gregory, we cannot hear you.
uh,
So
it's not a problem. Next, so Intel item. Yeah, I can take that back up.
Okay, so Han,
can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
yeah, now we can. But you fade in and out, so we catch one or two words and then you're gone.
Yeah. Oh, let me find. Wow. A moment.
Yeah, I think it's a little better now. So I think Han's question is, why do we need a server blade at all? Can we just have the RMC board and use that to develop the RMC? Eventually, you'll want a server board, but you don't need it to develop the RMC.
Yeah, so this is the first question. And the second question is, since we talk about this is OpenRMC contribution, so this is a very fundamental of an overview of this open edge platform. So we want more information regarding the RMC in this design, the architecture, the system diagram, and how they interact with other module and from the rack level. So I understand, so there's a port, but we want to get more details from that. So I didn't see this on this presentation. So
Right.
I was asking.
So I think this is
Yeah.
I think this is an opening presentation,
Yeah.
and it's the first one going through. So we can I'll list those questions that we have in the minutes, and we can forward that back to Gregory and Adolfo, and they can answer over the next 2 weeks. But I have the same questions you have, which is, this is a nice kit. Um, uh, what about just the RMC? Can we focus on the RMC and its code?
Yeah.
And
How the community can leverage this architecture, do a minor modification to integrate their design. So the focus point is that direction.
Well, the thing is that the
Mhm.
design, see, they're basing their design, I believe, on the Nokia Open Edge design, and so they're actually just an implementation. So I think
Okay.
the base design is coming from Nokia. So Nokia designed the chassis and the server blades and basically the form factor to fit everything in, and WeWin is just doing
Oh,
one
okay.
additional implementation. So at the experience lab at OCP, you saw one of these from WeWin, and you saw right
Yeah.
next to it the one from Nokia, which looked identical to this. And
Okay.
I actually yanked the RMC from here, which is this
Okay.
little thing, right?
Yeah.
And I pushed it into, I had them put it in the Nokia one, and it all fit, right?
Yeah.
And I said, great.
So if it's identical, so no question. So
Hmm.
if they want to contribute a separate contribution, a Wyvern contribution,
Hmm.
so I still recommend to have our system architecture
Oh,
demonstration
I
regarding RMC part. Yeah.
I
So far,
I
yeah. So far it's not clear. Yeah.
right. I agree. So if you look at the Nokia contribution said we can contribute the RMC hardware design, but we can't contribute the software firmware. And
Yeah.
we said fine. So here is WeWin saying, guess what? We can contribute. Hopefully, we can contribute both the RMC design, right, and the firmware for it, which is the bounded
Mhm.
submittal that we've been wanting.
Yeah. That's good.
Right. So that's what I think they're eventually going to do. And the question is the design of this different from the Nokia one, or can we just point to it, right, and say, oh,
Yeah.
it's
That's the
just
point.
another one of these, right? And incrementally we now point to some firmware image, a repository that we can build an image for.
Yeah. That's a correct statement. So
Okay.
if they can identify this is the exact same as Nokia one, then the focus point is to all the software architecture, all the code walkthrough. So I will not stick with the RMC hardware architecture because it's identical, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for. So that's why that's why I need to bottom out on, and we can list those questions in the minutes.
Okay, thank you, John.
Sure. Okay, Gregory, if you're on, did you hear any of that?
Yes, I think I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay. I can understand Hans and John questions. Yeah, this is the design we follow the Open Age Nokia contribution. So all the design file are there, but actually, I can also offer the topology of the RMC that function. That is not a problem. So I will take this as an action item for me. Yes, if you are going to develop the RMC firmware for only the RMC, you don't need the full chassis. You will only need the power to light up the RMC module. But eventually you will need the whole system to check the RMC function. RMC function in this in for example this system, then you will certainly need the power supply unit, and you will need at least one or two variable slate to check your functionality of your code. So that's why we offer this system, but with only limited slate and only one power supply in it for the development kit. That is, well, probably we can think of kind of development team with some people will doing the for the new build code, testing for build code. That could be I think that could be arranged with group. So yeah, we can require to operate this kind of cooperation since this is the open RMC field, and yeah.
Okay, so
I think we offer this opportunity to this. Yeah.
I have a open edge question. So if I have two of these chassis on top of each other, can that RMC only manage the server blades in this chassis, the 5, or can it actually manage the server sleds on the other chassis on top of it?
I think we will through the I2C management server node. So
Okay, so your
RMC is yeah.
So your design is that RMC will only control those 5 server blades, and you will use this RMC to RMC connection to connect to the RMC above it. Is that correct?
And sorry, John, can you repeat again?
Oh, so if you have 2 of these chassis on top of each other,
Yeah.
do the RMCs talk to each other?
Yeah.
Or do they talk to the same master?
We don't have a plan to yeah, Gregory, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think this should be a kind of peer-to-peer design. So in principle, the RMC will connect to a switch. The which switch will connect to there will be the upper management system. Yeah, so I think for one chassis, RMC can see through other chassis RMC. I think that can be realized by the OpenRMC code.
But that's not the primary design. So that means additional code in the ORMC code. So I'm assuming it's not there today. And today it connects up to a switch, and the switch connects up to a single master, and that master controls 2 RMCs.
Yeah. So there. Okay. Although we follow Nokia's designs, but there's one thing that we are still in internal discussion. Besides the 1G RJ45, there are still another SFP plus 10G port there, and Nokia mentioned that can be used for chaining, which means from the chassis 1 to chassis 2, and then to chassis 2 to chassis 3. So if that is the chaining feature, then that could be the part to realize the RMC control to other chassis. One chassis control other chassis, and for normal management, that can go via the RJ45. I think that could be the case for the real telco environment.
Okay, so it looks like the hardware is there, but the functionality is not clear yet, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No.
So, are there any more questions?
Yeah. So that's why we propose this development kit that is build card to have. I think only Han and Chang could ask question at this moment.
Yeah, I think we're done with questions. Han, do you have any more questions?
No, it's the same hardware architecture, I bet. So I have no question on that. But when we have the code walkthrough code architecture, can we combine the system architecture as well to do the demo or go walkthrough? Yeah. So what's the plan? What's the plan of the code walkthrough? Do they have a plan?
Oh no. So they first have to contribute.
Okay. Contribute.
Right.
Okay.
And one correction, sorry, is that Nokia's RMC design, hardware design, was mentioned at the OCP regional summit that they would submit. They have not submitted yet, so it's actually a design. Yeah, it's coming, right? So it's kind of like, right, and so we went and saying that's coming, the hardware's coming, so we're also coming with the software firmware. So it's going to take a while for this to actually get contributed before it actually becomes real and we can actually dig into it, which is I think what you want to do.
Okay, so we are still pending on that contribution happening, then we can revisit this one, right?
Exactly.
All right. So, all right, no more question. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I will follow up to provide the RMC architecture afterward. And John, could you please help to collect the feedback on this presentation, and probably next time we shall put the final day to for the request of the development kit.
For what of the development kit?
For the day, for the I would say the request, the request, the real request, the development kit request. Yeah. Yeah. How many systems or how many MC module that will be needed from this group discussion and for the development use.
Okay. So you expect members of this community, if they want one of these kits, to actually make a request for the kit.
Yes, true. And we will put it in the marketplace.
Okay. And so before we do that, do you know what the cost of this kit will be?
Well, yeah. So that's why I propose the proposal here and ask the feedback. Yes, probably someone will just like Han says that you need the power supply with the RMC only, or RMC module only, or with the suggested motherboard as I put here. Well, the cost will definitely different, and if only the RMC module is needed, then probably if the developer can offer 12 volt DC to the RMC module, then probably he will only need the RMC board. So the cost would be quite different.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I will base on the feedback and offer the price of that development kit.
Okay, then I will make the request.
Yeah, please.
Okay. With that, I think we are out of agenda items. So I think we're 5 minutes to the top of the hour. Thank you for spending the time, and we will meet again in 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.